This is a continuation of my previous BTS vlog. This is the second week of 14 consecutive days in production mode. I had wrapped up in McAllen, Texas, down on the border, and drove about 4.5 hours back to my house in San Antonio, spent the night, and then got on the road the next morning and drove about 5.5, 6 hours up to Fort Worth, Texas. I had a late afternoon call time. So I'm in one of the locker rooms at the arena. They actually have an interview running in that room. That's why the lights were off. So I was quietly building during questions, but shooting slow-mo high speed for the next 5 days. Live bull riding event, Amira, 60 FPS, 24 frame project rate, 30 to 300. And I was camped out here for five of those days. The show was actually in town for 2 solid weeks. I think they had 10 days of events, right? Monday through Sunday. And that camera, Sony cam I'm set up next to, is the Supermo slow-mo cam for the live broadcast. And then I'm shooting high speed for highlight packages, and then the open. They do like a highlight recap of the previous day to kick off the next day's event. That runs in the arena on the big screen as well as on the broadcast on television. And then I had kind of a different punch list than the live slow-mo op. I had to focus on specific riders or specific framing. Sometimes I'm like, gate kicks, chute pops open, close on the bull, and then pull back to the rider, or tilt up to the rider, or start on the dirt and the hooves, and then up to the bull's head. It just kind of depended on the day and the shot. So like here, I'm just checking playback. So I guess we were featuring the bull versus the rider for this particular run. But I basically had a run sheet, a piece of paper, and just tried to keep track. Now, my head is about a foot away from one of the pyro flamethrowers that's on top of the stage. I'm in the center of the arena in what they call the shark cage. So that thing would pop off and feel the heat from it. And it was super loud, so I've got earplugs on. The other thing is I think the subwoofers for the show were set up behind me as well. So it's just all low frequency rumbling. I can't hear the announcers. I can't hear anything. The broadcast cam up next to me had a headset on. I don't know how he can hear the truck while he's operating with all the subwoofing. Here's a look at the Sony Supermo. I think this is actually I don't know the model number, but Sony Triax with a box lens, and then they've got multiple returns. They can watch the switch, I think the preview, and then they've also got like one of the effects buses on the switcher for when they're setting up boxes or other effects. And then they've got a custom built hi-hat for this camera position. It's a wooden box on casters. The headroom's kind of low. I went in there with my tripod with the rolly wheels. My camera is actually a little bit too high. So I've done this several years, and then other years for finals, my camera gear, my Amira package has been on it, but it's been a different operator. You can see here a comparison. I'm like maybe 8 inches lens height higher than the broadcast camera. So I took measurements, so if I'm back next year, I'm gonna make a box, just like the hard camera. And then before the event each day, I was running around with an FX9, Fujinon 20 to 120, shooting kind of E&G mode, and then here I am in position for the show. I think this was my day 2, but this is week 2 for finals. And then this might be, the cover's on there, so maybe this is day 3. I left my camera in place each night, but we cover them up because they rework the dirt, kick up a lot of dust. I think they also hydrate it, so there's some water splashing around. And back to E&G mode before the show. They load in the bulls and take them away each night. Take them off site to spend the night and get fed and whatever else they do with the bulls between shows. I think this is halftime. And basically there's 6 chutes on one side of the arena and then another 6 on the other side. So they basically ride out up to those 6 bulls, and then we have to repo the cameras to the other side of the cage looking in the other direction. I have a major lens envy. I'm running a 10-to-1 zoom, and the broadcast cam has got 101. Let's see, it was at 9.3 to 930. 30
And
millimeter
salsa.
in 2/3 inch. This is Brent, the main show shooter's package. He flies all over the place with that rock and roller and all those cases. He shoots for this circuit and a couple other pro sports things, and keeps him on the road all year long. My stuff in the foreground here. Obviously, I drove in for this event. I don't have to do the airline thing. Loading out of the Airbnb. This team has been here for 2 weeks. I'm on for just 5 days. Today's day 5, our last shoot day, but we gotta check out of the Airbnb. Got all my batteries charged. Yeah, I don't know.
Get ready to get ready for the show me state of Missouri, because this is a team full of greedy, determined young athletes.
Okay, so this was my last day venue change. This is after the finals had concluded, and this is the team and rider draft. It's taking place for a new team circuit. So get all the team owners at tables and kind of, I guess, bidding on riders. It's the first time I've covered this type of thing, and I think this is fairly new for the league as well, or this is the first season they're doing it. So I forget now if we had 3 FX9s or 4 covering this. We had the, was it 30 to 300? The Fujinon Cabrio, the long lens. Up on the riser, you saw Ryan operating, and then Brent and I are handheld. Brent's on its 20 to 120. I ended up shooting the kit zoom for this. I don't remember why I made that decision, because I had my 17 to 120 with me. And yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I was so fried at this point. I'm not sure I gave it a ton of thought. Maybe, I think it was for the stabilization, because I was going to be doing handheld but longer lens, picking off reaction shots, where Brent was primarily getting these interviews where he could be in close. Yeah, that's why I went kit zoom. And it's a little bit easier on my forearms, quite a bit lighter than the 17-120 Canon servo zoom. So the content we recorded was for, I think, like a 30-minute show, edited show that airs somewhere. And there was also the live camera crew here, live switch, and this aired, I think, on Pluto TV. They had a jib, a couple handheld cameras, and I don't remember if they had a 4th on sticks in the back. And they had the announcers up in the balcony with a desk, like a news desk, and that was all lit. I didn't get a chance to go up there and check it out. And each of us had our own sound tech mixer with a bag. I think they were each running between 6 and 8 wireless lavaliers per sound person. And standing to my right here behind me is Brent Brunton. He's the main DP for all the feature packages. Has done it for, I don't even know how many seasons. He also shoots a lot of football, auto racing, and motocross, supercross stuff. He's a super talented dude. I've learned a lot. I've only worked with him a few times, but I kind of know a lot of the same people and cross paths indirectly. You know, he's a good dude. He's based in Phoenix, but I think he's rarely at his house. Like every weekend, he's somewhere else in the country. Well, thank you and recognition to Ryan Mitchell, cam op and equipment owner, grip and lighting, van package, sprinter package. He's based in Dallas. If you need a grip truck, cam op, cameras, audio gear, anything production support related, either Ryan owns it, and if he doesn't, he knows 3 or 4 people that do. He's a great resource up there, Ryan Mitchell Media. He and I think after this, the next day, Ryan jumped on a corporate thing with me. I'll show a little footage of that next. And then I'm narrating this 3 weeks, 4 weeks. No, I think this might have been like 6 or 7 weeks ago. But I'm hitting the road in 2 days to shoot a commercial, and I got Ryan on it as my B-cam operator. Okay, next day, still in the Dallas area. I think this was Flower Mound, and this is a big household name, major brand, big public company. Can't tell you who, I'm working for a production company based in Los Angeles that I've worked for. I usually get like a couple jobs a year for them, going back maybe about 10 years. And so I'm shooting this package, and it's got to match a look that they have created, and they shoot all over the globe with this same look. So I chatted with their main cinematographer, who's also someone I've known for, gosh, maybe 15 years. We met on a Nike commercial. I was running a Phantom camera, some PGA golfers that are sponsored by Nike a long, long time ago. And he was just another, I don't even remember. We weren't working together. He was like a different unit doing something else at the same time. Oh, I was shooting for a video game. That's right. They were shooting like a TV spot, which I think he was doing, and then I was shooting this high-speed stuff for a game. So anyway, 2 cameras, primes, the 50mm E mount on the A cam, primary angle, producer asking questions, and then B cam was, I forget now, I think it was an 85, tighter, little bit more profile, but again, I was just had to kind of match a look. Unfortunately, we were stuck in the usual empty ballroom at a hotel, but I had to match this high-tech technology campus look, which is where they normally shoot. For some odd reason, we ended up off-site. So used the Gemini's color wash, and then we borrowed some signage and stuff to dress in the background. So lighting, again, matching the look that was provided, but kind of a 6x key at 90 degrees to the profiling the subject, and then a passive bounce. No, it might have been the negative fill. This was far enough back now I don't remember. On the fill side, specific look, and then just a little downlight on the shoulders. Plus, like I said before, I had the Gemini's lighting objects and furniture in the background. So this one was a success. I managed to get through it without screwing it up, and they asked if I'd fly to another city and shoot some more of this stuff. And my schedule was open on the dates, but I had to pass just because I was so exhausted and burnt out. Been on the road, too many back-to-backs, too many short turnarounds, like 6-8 hour turnarounds from one shoot to the next. Houston, Texas, consecutive day 14 of 14. Gonna load in a few minutes, 20 minutes early. Gonna download the tool chest for this one. This is for a Canadian television show. It's all NDA, but I am in the vicinity of the NASA facility. So I'll let you guess as to what the subject may be for this one. It's pretty cool experience. Super stoked to be here. Kind of geeking out on the technology involved. But yeah, I'm going to shoot some gimbal B-roll in a laboratory environment to start. Then we may switch over to the FX9 and do some handheld, possibly a little slider, although I don't think I'm going to slide. But yeah, I've been living out of this truck. I mean, it's all been hotel stays, but essentially living out of the van. It's a mess. So yeah, that's just life on the road. Tool chest unloaded. Rock and roller with the gimbal and the FX9, our 2 cameras for the day. The grip package of 5-in-1s, a couple light stands, and 2 Gemini lights to do some laboratory party blue, gel blue wash. Reflections, huh?